Welcome everybody back to another episode of Money Pop Podcast. I am the president. I am the CEO. I am him. They call me Moss Money, and it's been a while. It's been a while. As you can see, the bar is filled up, and it's a morning show. So what I want to do is I want to take y'all all on where we are, where we're going, and what's going to be going even further into the future with me, HUD and Money Pot. So a little bit personal. So stick with us. Grab your coffee. I got mine, right? I got my coffee. So what we need in the morning when we got a bar, that's a little taste. You know what I mean? It's a little shot. That's a little bit of a shot. A little early morning, get us going in the morning. If you're new to the show, if you're just watching for the first time, what is Money Pop Pop Podcast? Well, Money Pop Podcast is a gambling show that we talk shop like we would at the sports book, at the bar, and we talk about winners and we do it in a group capacity. So that means if I win, you win. That means if you win, I win. And that's what we're talking about. It's not us versus you. It's not us versus your favorite gambler. It's not us versus your favorite capper. It's not us versus versus anybody else who bet. It's us versus them, us versus the sports books, us versus AKA Bookman, AKA the Boogeyman, to get you guys the best bets every single time we go live. Now, how is that possible when we go once a week? Things that we're talking about, like I said, where we are and where we're going, right? So, right now, we do the show on Sundays. We're looking to do more. We want to do more. Why? Because there's so much goddamn money to make, right? Y'all see NCAA, right? Y'all seen people betting crazy ass shit. Y'all seen people winning crazy ass shit. It's like, yo, man, how do they do that? This is where you come to the show and find out. So if you haven't heard me before, say it. I'm gonna say it again. Tell a friend to tell a goddamn friend because this is what we do. It is documented. It is video receipts. I'm a big thing about keeping receipts. If you look at the history of this show, whether it be on Money Pop Podcast platform or A2D's platform, we are winners. We win. You know what I mean? We win, baby. That's what it comes down to, right? That's what it comes down to. That's how you're going to take. It doesn't matter if you could tell me what this spread is or these numbers are, these odds are, what you think, what you do. If you don't win, it don't mean shit. Sorry, I'm a little animated, man. It's just my passion talking. Just my passion talking. Let me get a little bit of, a little bit of sip in here. I know people looking like, damn, he's back? Yes. Yes, I am back. So, what are we going to talk about today? So, first thing we're going to talk about is what has happened from a sports betting perspective the last couple of days. So, you already know March Madness is hitting, NCAA tournament. Some of y'all brackets are shitty. If you have Purdue going the whole way, I don't know. A big fella wasn't going to carry them the whole way. You know what I mean? I didn't think they were going to lose. Excuse me. I didn't think they were going to lose so early, but I knew they weren't going to go really that far. But, that's why you put in multiple pools. It's a lottery ticket, man. It really is. It's a scratchy ticket. I call them scratchy lottery tickets. It's like big parlays. You got to get lucky. So there's no rhyme or reason. Once tournament starts, like look at Princeton. Look at Princeton right now. Sweet 16, seed 15. Who had that? A motherfucker who went to Princeton, right? Ain't nobody. You won't find like these gurus and these handicappers who say, "Oh, I had them." The odds of this and odds, man, let's get out of here with that bullshit. Like, what are we talking about now, right? So, I want to talk about NCAA. We're going to talk about NCAA. Then we're going to talk about the NBA plays today. These are the early look ahead lines. So, when I say early look ahead lines, that means that we don't know who's going to play. They put up people who are going to play, but we're going to take a look at the early look ahead lines, and then we're going to talk about the goddamn Sixers. So, let's talk about where we are from the pool. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring up my pool that I did. I did this on Money Pot, and we had real fun doing it. And I lie to you not. If you go to Money Pot Podcast on YouTube, you'll see a video of me just picking randomly. This is blindly picking. I'm not no NCAA guru. I don't know who's gonna go win it all. I took an educated guess. I'm not gonna bullshit you, right? I'm not gonna sit here and say that we won this all like this. So this is my bracket. Let's see where we at. Uh, is this updated? Well, shit, Candace lost. So there's one down. Um, where is the? Let me bring this down so you guys can see this a little bit better. Let me go back out. Probably gotta refresh the page, see where I sit. But if you're new to the show, thanks for joining in. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Does all kind of cool shits on the back end on the algorithm. But if you're not new to the channel, you've seen me before, you've heard me talk before, and you follow me, and you've won money. I'm telling you, this is a fact. I haven't met anybody that I haven't won money for, and people who've ever told my bet. I'm just letting you know. Have I lost money for people? Sure. I mean, I'm going to lose, but I haven't won anybody I haven't won money for. Like, yo, I've never won with you. I haven't yet to win that. Knock on wood, that does not happen. I don't know why this is not updating, but let me see if I can go to see if it'll update now. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So here's the updated one. Um, Top bracket got crushed. It looks like, right? Got Bama good. San Diego State came through. So now we have Bama and San Diego State. Then we have Baylor. And the only reason why I'm doing this right now, yeah, looking, didn't do too bad down here. See, I have Purdue losing already. So Tennessee's going to get a cakewalk. Tennessee is going to get a cakewalk. Wow. Um, and so is the Zags. I almost had Gonzaga going all the way too. Gonzaga, it's going to be Gonzaga, I bet. I bet you it's going to be Gonzaga. I bet you people have Miami beating Houston here. I might get the 3 out of the 4. Might get the 3 out of the 4. So we'll see. We'll see. What I wanted to bring up was the odds. We use our trusty, handy sports book, but I just wanted to show you guys my bracket and just show you real quick how this shit is really like, you know what I mean? This shit is really like a scratchy ticket. Like this shit is tough to kind of to gauge, but not doing too bad. I think I'll be in the running as long as I can hit 3 of the 4 of this pool. Winner takes like $1,500. So decent pool to be in. All right. Let me bring up the sports book. So there's a couple sports book out there. We use DraftKings typically on our sports book. If you're into fantasy though, if you're into the fantasy stuff, make sure you guys check out FanUp. I think it's only on Apple phones, but there's still a code that you can use. If you put in the code A2D, you get 5,000 bonus points and $50 which is a $50 value. FanUp with the DFS stuff. I'm a big DFS football guy. I know a lot of people who are big DFS baseball guy. Baseball's coming around, so that should be major. Basketball's kind of dwindling down just a little bit. So stick with if you're a basketball guy, definitely hit FanUp. One of cool apps. And the one thing about the DFS stuff, and when you play in these fantasy stuff, you don't want to play against the massive field, right? Where you bet $20 to win like 3 million or 4 million. Yeah, it sounds good, but bet into the ones that you know you have a fighting chance to win money. And winning money could be just easily doubling up your money. Winning money could just be easily just getting your money back, right? You don't want to just keep throwing 20 away and losing. Like it's like this shit is just I don't get why people do that. Actually, I get why people do that. We want to bet small and win big, but let's bet smarter. Let's really bet smarter. All right. I poured this drink, didn't even take a sip of it. All right, here's our Danny Sportsbook. Now, we're not going to go through every game. I think that's a waste of time nowadays. But I'm going to bring it back to basketball. And we're going to go NBA basketball. Go NBA, and we're gonna look at the games for today. All right. So we got the Denver Nuggets in Brooklyn. I'm gonna pass that game. I don't like that game. I don't like the Suns or Thunder game. We got the Atlanta Hawks and Spurs. An interesting game, high line. Atlanta's been kind of playing well, but I don't think Trae Young is playing or he's a game time decision. So the fact that the line's so high tells me that he's probably going to play. But I think he's on the injury report. And this is what I'm talking about the early look ahead lines. It's 10 o'clock. This game is at 4. So there's a lot of time in basketball games. What they do shoot arounds and all that shit to kind of get warmed up and test things out. So sometimes they get out there, they're good. Sometimes they don't. So you gotta pay attention to that one. The Miami Heat, the one player I was looking at here for Miami was Jimmy. I was looking at Jimmy. Oh wow, shit. He was 21 and a half when I looked at this. He's already jumped up 2 points. Now in basketball, when you jump up 2 points with these player props, Um, that shit's kind of tough. So I'm gonna pass on this right now. I don't think that's a good bet for Jimmy Butler. But it's getting close to playoff time, so they're going to be on their push. So that's when I think Jimmy's going to turn up. That's why I was looking at Jimmy. I'll probably look at Bam here. I think Bam getting 20 against a bad Detroit team probably sounds about right. But damn, that's a no bet right now. That was one of my top bets too. Was Jimmy Butler over 20? I think he was at like 20 and a half. I was like, damn, that shit is low. But yeah, that's a pass now. All right, so here's a top bet for me here. We're gonna go over the 227 and a half. I found a little gem here. The Rockets have had 5 back-to-back games against the same team, and out of 4 out of the 5 back-to-back games, the second game they scored higher, which was I thought was kind of telling. Now, is it due for a regression? Possibly. They scored 225 last game, I believe. These two played like a night or 2 nights ago. This is not a back to back actually. They played 2 nights ago. The Rockets actually won. The Rockets have actually won 3 games in a row. They beat the Celtics, they beat the Lakers, and they beat the Pelicans, and now they're facing the Pelicans on back to back night. I was looking at CJ McCollum here a little bit too as well, but seems like he doesn't average that much against his team. That's just why this under is here. So I don't have any player props here. But as of right now, out of all the games, I had the Jimmy Butler, but that got scratched. We had to do that live. I'm going over New Orleans Pelicans and Houston Rockets over the 227 and a half. That will be one of my first team total bets of the day. My second bet of the day. So this is going to be a little bit not tricky, but a little bit interesting. So Toronto played last night in Toronto. They played today at Milwaukee. So that means after the game last night, they had to get ready. Now they've done this already. They've done this 10 times already. They're 4-6 in back-to-back nights. But they haven't won a game on a back. They haven't won any all their 6 losses. Yeah, all their 6 losses are on the road back-to-back games. So they're going to lose this game for sure. It's just counting by how much. They've already played the Bucks, I think once. They lost by 8. Actually, no, I think they played twice. Giannis played once, and one of those games he had 30 and 20. Bucks both won games, both won both games. But I like Milwaukee here at home -9. They see the Sixers coming, right? Here they come. They see the Sixers coming. Joel Embiid, best player in the NBA, MVP of the league. I gave that bet out in January to bet Joel Embiid. He was plus 11. He is now the favorite to win. I gave that out on January. I just reposted that too. If you didn't see it, go ahead and check me out on Money Pop Podcast. Anyway, Milwaukee Bucks here. I like the -9. It was -9.5. Let me double check if anything's changed on that real quick here. Don, what's up, boy? You follow me everywhere, brother. Yeah, we're gonna switch it up on this though. on A2D. We're gonna switch it up just a little bit. It's gonna be different for Money Pot. It's got to be different. Can't be the same. You can't go and get the same content. We gotta switch it up. Give you a different look. Give you a different flow. But I thought this was -9.5. I want to see if anything changed in terms of um injuries or anything. Broke Lopez, game time decision. Allen, game time decision. Carson Allen, but it looks like he's probable for today. And so is Lopez. So it looks like they're all going to play today. I know Giannis has been banged up, but he's been a fucking beast, man. Um, his over and under is at 30. I think it's 31 and a half. I was looking at that, but he's just been so banged up. I'm not sure where he's at. He hasn't played since the 16th. So I'm taking the side here. I like I like Milwaukee here at -9. Like I said, always just early look at headlines, but give me Milwaukee -9. Actually, you know what? Outside of the -9, I just thought about this. They're coming off a back-to-back. What is that first quarter? That first quarter is like 2.5. I really like that. Here's a half quarter. No, I don't want margin. Give me a spread. Give me a spread, baby. Yeah. See, now we're reaching with the margins because that thing's got to hit exact. That's at 7 3-pointers in the first quarter. God damn. Yeah, they don't have the quarters up yet. Damn. Just think about it. This is really logic at this point, right? They're coming off a back-to-back game. They just won. They're in the Raptors. As soon as they get packed, they got to get on the flight, right? Maybe get some. Maybe because what's that flight from Toronto to Milwaukee? I mean, is it a true red eye, right? And then if it is a red eye, you're dropping what, like 4 o'clock, in the morning. See if you can get some sleep, and then what? You get up and do a shoot around. You're at the gym to get the body warmed up at like 4 or 5. You're on your feet for a long time. I mean, these are professional players. They know how to do this, but that doesn't mean the body isn't taxed. And we're late in the season too. So I would be a lookout. Maybe I'll come back with some later picks later in the day, but I would be a lookout for the first quarter. Let me get back in here real quick. What they have on the first half. Yeah, this is margins right now. That's what I figured. All right, we'll leave it with the -9. All right. Now this game right here got a lot of history with Westbrook and Lillard. And believe it or not, even though it seems like Lillard has gotten the most of this matchup, I'm from a prop perspective, Westbrook has actually been kind of like the better player. So this hasn't been updated yet because there is no Kawhi. Kawhi has already been labeled out, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no! Wow. Okay. My bad. He's a game down decision now. That changed. All right. Shit. He was out at one point. Now he's a game time decision, and the fact that he's up here, that tells me he's going to play. Hmm. That changes a lot. Damn. I thought I had this one pegged. Damn. See, this is how NBA be, right? They change shit, and now you got to figure out how you want to bet it. And we're going to do this live just so you can see the process. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just going back a little bit. The problem is that they haven't really won that much with all three of them on the court. Now I think they've won a couple, um, but the problem is, man, I feel so bad for Dame. He don't got nobody. He's got nobody. And with Lillard, with Kawhi out, I really liked Westbrook's over because it was low. Like it was, I think it was like maybe like 17 and a half. He's averaged like 26 and a half in his head-to-head matchups with Lillard, with Dame. So, um, damn, that kind of changes things just a tad, just a little bit. I wonder how they're going to attack these guys. Now, I'm thinking about switching to Anthony Simmons. He's come back off an injury. Grant is out with a injury, so he really Dame don't got nobody else, right? He's gonna somebody else is gonna have to score. And at 19 and a half, it's gonna be kind of hit or miss. And I don't want to force a bet right here. Damn, that takes away one of my third best bets. He did go off. He did go off on the Clippers. I mean, on the Clippers before. Anthony Simmons had 37, 2 and 4 back in back a while ago, but there was no Paul George, there was no Lillard. That was when I mean there was no Kawhi, there was no Paul George, and there was no Paul George that played the game, and John Wall was out. I mean that's when John Wall was there, and Dame didn't play that game either. So it was just the Grant and Simmons show. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait on this one, y'all. I can't make this bet. I want to fade Thibault though. Fade his bum ass. He can't score. What's Thibault? I think Thibault had like 12 points last game. That shit is funny. Willie Vegas, what's up, babe? Yeah, he's had double digits the last three games. All right, we're gonna have to fade this one. We're gonna have to fade this one. I can't take Russ no more with Kawhi on the board. Kawhi just changed. That 27 and a half looks kind of enticing. Like I said, a lot of history between these teams. A lot of history between Paul George and Dame. A lot of history between Russell and Dame. So I think I have to fall back on this bet. I don't like this bet 100% right now. And if I don't like it and I'm questioning, I'm talking through it in my head, that means it's probably not it's probably a no bet at this point. There's probably some other gyms here that I can look at. I would probably tend to look at Russell over 6.5 assists with Kawhi on the board. He won't be so much as a scorer anymore. So I would lean that. Let me see real quick where Russell has been on his in his assist. 9, 7, 3, 7, 6, 10, 6, and 10. He's had a steal in like every game. He's flirting around that 6.5. That 6.5 line is right where it should be. If it ticks up to 7, then you probably don't like it anymore. But 6.5 sounds about right. Even at 6, that would have been perfect. That hook is a killer. But with Kawhi on the board, I'm gonna lean here. It's a lean. This is not like a super top bet, but I'm gonna lean here. Russell Westbrook over 6.5. So let's just look at the bank slip of my three best bets for this morning for today. We're going excuse me, we're going over Pelicans and Rockets at 227 and a half. We're going Milwaukee Bucks -9. Like I really like this bet. They're coming off a back-to-back. And they're coming on the road. They were in Toronto yesterday. I really like a first quarter bet here too. Might not even bad. Giannis first basket makes a lot of sense here as well. And then over over 6.5, just a lean. But I think I'll still take a little nibble of this. Over Russell Westbrook 6.5 assists. I think with Kawhi on the board, this was probably at 5.5. I bet when it opened, and with Kawhi now being a game time decision, instead of being out, looking like he's going to play, this probably jumped up one. This should probably jump up another one as well. So give me Russell Westbrook over 6.5. All right. So with the plays up, always can find more gems, more plays. There's a winner every day, but those are going to be my three best bets. Now you can see you can parlay these things. Like I said, bet small, win big. Take yourself 25, win yourself about a buck 50. It says a buck 60, but you take away the 25 that you already invested into it, so it's really just a buck 50 in profit. It's not a bad bet. 5-1 odds, not a bad bet to take. Um, but you know, your call on how you want to bet it. I do single bets, so I typically do unit bets, which are $100 bets each. So I would probably do for me, um, I would do 75 here. I would do a unit here, straight up, and then I would drop this down to 50, and that would be my bet. My bets, more of a lean $100 and 75. That's my scale. That's my bankroll, right? That's how I would bet it. But if you want even better, hey, just do it like this. Do 25 here, you know, if you can afford it, maybe do 30 here. Just build it up small. Let's build it up small and do 15, right? Not going to kill nobody. 15, 45, 70 bucks that you're putting out there. Even if you don't like this one, drop this thing down. Drop this thing down. Do 15, 15, 60 bucks. 60 to win you. That's 30, about 60, 90. 60 to win to double up. 60 to win you almost close to $120. And a bad day. Like I said, it's all about winning. That's all that matters. And that's if we sweep the day. So I'll lock this in on my side. Before we get out of here, I want to talk about the poll question, right? And since we're on the basketball side, I gave this out before in January. So, like I said, if you're just tuning in, if you're just watching and you're just seeing me for the first time, first of all, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry, I'm just getting over being sick. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for jumping on. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you follow A2D Radio. Hop on the goddamn money train and make sure you watch Money Pop Podcast here every Sunday. Now, if you've seen me before, you know what to do. Hit the like, hit the notification button. Tell a friend to tell a motherfucking friend what we do here, because I almost guarantee you I've won you money for sure. And I've done it multiple times. But what I want to get back to before we get out of here is the MVP of the league right now. Boom. I gave this. Oh, shit. He's minus 220 now. I got to bring this up, y'all. All right. Hold on. Let me stop sharing. I want to show y'all this. Let me show y'all this real quick. And if y'all still watching, since we're going to be talking about Joel Embiid, tell me, man. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. The Sixers are the best team in the NBA right now. Agree or disagree? Chime in the chat. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about when I talked about Joel Embiid. Let me know what y'all think about that right now. Where y'all think the Sixers stand right now? Where do y'all think the Sixers stand right now? Because I think they stand pretty goddamn good. Pretty goddamn good right now. All right, let me see if I can find where I dropped this motherfucking. Where I dropped it was in January where I dropped this. Hopefully, yeah. Here, no, that's not it. That's not it. I thought I had it. Thought I had it. I know it's on Facebook. I think I just retweeted this shit, if I'm not mistaken. Thought I did. I guess I didn't put it on here. I thought it was on my YouTube joint. All right, let me check Facebook real quick. I'm almost positive I did this on Facebook. No, you know where I did it? I definitely did it on the gram. Definitely did on the gram. All right. Bring up the gram. This motherfucker's terrific. There we go. I definitely did this shit on the gram. Let me see. Let me go to Reels. I'm looking. Y'all got anything for me? Agree? Disagree? Where we at? Where we at? Right now? My God, birds of a feather family. Right now, I agree to the poll. Yeah, they kicking ass right now, and he's minus 220. And I'm not, I don't want to say I'm a told you so. No, I am a told you so guy. People who starting to get to know me, especially those guys from Birds of the Feather, I am a told you so guy. If you give me a goddamn inch, I will take a mile and I will run a fucking mud hole through you. That's just the way I am, right? Because I am a somewhat of combative. You know what I mean? I like conflict a little bit. It's just my nature. Working on it though. I'm working on it. I'm trying to do better. Trying to do trying to do better out here in these streets, in these gambling streets. But you know, it's a old saying that people say, and I use it every once in a while. If you take shots, don't miss. Right? If you take shots, don't miss. If you say a take is bad, don't miss. Right? Because in today's world, people will jump down your goddamn throat and they would do it fast and they would do it harshly. Just the way the world is, just the way reality is. Can you can you stay in the kitchen when everything's fucking burning? Right? Can you stay in the kitchen when everything's burning? So that's kind of how I am in my head. And it's fun to watch. It's good for conversational because people like drama. We just do. Um, we just really do. Damn, what? Oh, here we go. All right, here we go. There we go. I found. I must say, why can't I find this shit? Really? Well, let me play it. All right, I'll just do it like this. Um, so I'm gonna share Facebook real quick. Let me actually close this one so I know which one I'm sharing. There we go. All right. Now you're not gonna hear no sound. You're just gonna see me talking shit. Okay. Now it's gonna look like there's a lot going on, right? There's a lot going on, and you already see me pointing. but but what I want to show you is that back in what the fuck? There we go. This was back in January. Now I reposted this, but this is back in January. Joel Embiid was a plus 1100 when I started talking about him winning the MVP. This was when Giannis was no Giannis actually this is Giannis was like fourth, I think. I think Jokic was still the favorite. He was plus probably like plus 300 or something like this. But Joel was plus 1100. I put this up yesterday. And my little slogan, it pays to listen. Embiid was minus 110. Today. Let's go back to the book. Today. He is now minus 220. You know what I mean? Like it's not worth the bet no more. Right? You're gonna have to spend $220 to win 100. And deservingly so. This is where he should be. Diversion. Deservingly so. He should be the favorite. He's playing out of his mind right now. I think he's like the second person outside of Wilt Chamberlain to score 30 points in 8 games straight. I think he did it again last night. He scored 9. They're playing at an all-time level right now. This is the best the Sixers have been or looked at, who have looked like, um, since this whole Harden Embiid thing has happened. So let's take another look at another future here, and we'll get out of here, man. I've been rambling. We're going to look at NBA odds real quick. All right. Make the playoffs. We're going to see wins. All right. Futures. All right. Right now, the Sixers are 10-1 to win the whole thing. Three of the top 5 are East Coast teams. I told you, I'm not a fan of the Suns. I know they have, Garnett. Oh, I'm not Garnett. Durant over there, but I just don't think those super teams work first year. They typically don't work. So I'm gonna, cross them off. I feel like the Nuggets, they're not special, but I think they have enough to win the West. So we'll see. You can't count out Golden State. Never can. Clippers are interesting. No other dark horses on here. I would even take a win on. The Mavericks just don't have enough defense, and Morant just crushed the Grizzlies. So looking at this right now, I had a future bet on Boston way before. They've kind of faltered right now. The Bucks do make a lot of sense, man, the way they're playing. So based on seeding, it's kind of who the Sixers play, right? In that second round, possibly Boston or Milwaukee. You obviously want to play somebody at home. I don't want to play Boston. I don't. We just have such a hard time beating them. I don't understand why. I mean, I do. They're a good goddamn team, and they're a good defensive team. And we have nobody who can guard Tatum. And then you could say, well, yeah, they have nobody to guard Embiid, but we need James to give us James, right? We need that James, that 48 and 9 James. And I'm not sure if he can do that against Boston consistently. I think he can get it off against Milwaukee. So right now, when you look at this, I'm not going to lie. The 76ers look like a really good bet to win it off, especially the way they're playing. Embiid is going to more likely get the MVP. So I like the Sixers right here, 10-1 bet here. You would want people have different philosophies about bets. These future bets, you want this bet to be like this 20-1 bet. You want it to be worth something. But I don't mind you 10x in your money. So I don't mind this 10-1 bet. So, it's getting close. You see who the players are, you know who the top dogs are. I don't think this line is respectable enough. This line should be more like 5-1, right? The way the Sixers are playing. So I don't think the bookmakers have caught up with how good the Sixers are. And I think they're being smart too. They rested James. They need James late for playoffs. And Beach is playing because he wants that MVP. And I think they wanted him to get the MVP. Everybody wants him to get the MVP. So taking a little bit of I would take a little bit of nibble on the Sixers to win it all. If you're looking at conference right now, 5-1. I guess that's kind of where it should be. These teams are tested. These teams have been there. That's why they're favorite. And the Sixers haven't. They haven't gotten out of the second round. So line kind of makes sense. Until you can prove it, you know what I mean? You're still gonna be doubted. So I think this is the better bet though. You might as well go with the Sixers to win it all. So those are the plays of the day. Like I said, if you're just watching, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me in this morning talk. And happy betting, right? Happy betting today. Good luck on your brackets. Good luck on the bets that we had today. We'll update you on how we did. We're starting afresh, starting anew. Record right now is 0-0. Enjoy the morning. This is Money Pop Podcast. This is Moss Money, A2T Radio. I'm out here.